Years passed after the blessing. Romy's children grew up, and Romy herself became a grandmother. Her frightening encounters hadn't disappeared entirely, but were less frequent. She and her husband, Fernando, had remained in the house, with a certain kind of peace. Romy sometimes looked after her grandson, Alec, when his mother, Veronica, was at work. Alec had begun speaking to an imaginary friend in Romy's house.
Who's Michael?
He called his friend Michael and claimed that Michael sometimes told him what to do.
I kept thinking that maybe he was just making it up.
Michael wanted me to go upstairs.
As the months went on, he interacted with it so much that I had to come to the conclusion that he was actually interacting with an entity.
Veronica, I'm concerned about him.
What about?
Romy told her daughter that she believed something might not be right.
Mom, don't worry about it. All kids have imaginary friends.
Veronica.
I really didn't think about him being harmed. I just kind of thought of, what in the world are people going to think of our family? First my mom sees things, and then here my son's starting to see him also.
When Veronica took her son home, she learned that he was frightened of his new friend.
Mom, I'm scared.
He didn't want the door closed. He didn't want to be in any room alone.
There's nothing to be afraid of. Can you turn the light on?
I didn't know if he was, scared of what normal kids are scared of. Something in his closet, something under his bed, or if there was actually something in there that could harm him. Because he's my kid, I like to just put him in a little glass box and make sure nothing bad ever happens to him. But it's not something that I can control.
A week later, Alec again visited his grandparents.
We're doing a remodeling, and we were upstairs. I was with my grandson, and we were coming back down the stairs. All of a sudden, he just went tumbling.
Okay.
And then he just turned back and looked at me and said, "Tata, why did you push me?" And I said, "No, I didn't push you."
He said, well, we were coming down the stairs, and all of a sudden, Alec's shoulder went forward, like he had been literally pushed from his back.
Alec escaped with only minor bruises. But it was clear to Romy that something had to be done.
Yes, hi, is this Amy Allen? Yes, hi, this is Veronica.
I couldn't handle myself being attacked, but now my grandkids were involved.
She contacted a paranormal investigator whom she'd heard on a local radio program. Amy Allen visited the Holguin house.
Her case was very intriguing. It was kind of a state of emergency because people were getting hurt.
The first thing Amy noticed were radio and TV towers nearby. Some people who look for a scientific basis behind reported paranormal events believe that electromagnetic energy emitted by such towers can cause hallucinations. Amy conducted her investigations with the help of so-called paranormal sensitives. Sensitives say they experience the spirit world in various ways. Some visually, others through emotion. A technician brought equipment that was intended to measure energy in the Holguin's house.
Alright, so this is the living room. See how you feel about this room and then maybe head upstairs.
You guys can help us.
I wanted one of three things to happen. For them to prove and hope that I was crazy,
You know what?
or that they would get rid of whatever was there,
Wait outside. And then,
and thirdly, that it wouldn't harm my grandson.
what would be best? If you guys can wait outside.
Amy asked Romy and Fernando not to reveal anything to the sensitives. She preferred that they approach their investigation without preconceptions.
We're very scientific, and we want only the facts, and we have to control this as much as possible.
The team took baseline energy readings using an electromagnetic frequency meter. These would provide a point of comparison if energy fluctuations were to occur during the investigation. Amy had chosen Teresa for her reputed ability to sense not only the presence of spirits, but their emotions. Teresa detected what she called an unnatural presence.
She couldn't really make any kind of direct contact with him or get a story off of him.
After Teresa left, Rosalinda arrived to assist. Her speciality was slightly different to Teresa's.
Rosalind is a psychic knower, which means that she sees pictures in her mind's eye.
Something really, really bad.
She'll actually see like movies playing in her mind. What she was seeing was Romy. Because the environment there is so high with the electromagnetic field, it's actually absorbing living energy and then playing it back. So even though Romy and her husband are still alive, they're already being absorbed into their walls of their home and being played back.
Rosalinda said she sensed the presence of a dark entity.
She tried to leave the room and saw in her mind it saying, "Go ahead and try to get rid of me. Go ahead. I dare you."
Convinced that a dangerous spirit had invaded the home, the investigators decided to spend the night to gather more information. While they monitored the situation in another part of the house, Romy experienced a particularly restless night.
All of a sudden, I started to get really anxious. I felt like the room was full of people.
You got to get out of here. There are too many people here with us.
In the house?
No, in this room.
I got up like really desperate. My husband said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I have to leave. I feel like there's a bunch of people in here with me. I just have to get out of here."
Honey. Please.
The next morning, the sensitives shared their experiences with Romy, Fernando, and the lead paranormal investigator, Amy Allen.
I think some sort of psychic ability.
What we are looking for is a correlation between the different types of sensitives.
Yesterday when I was touring the house, I felt a very dark presence in the bedroom, but it was a very strong presence. I had the same experience.
Teresa and Rosalinda both described their encounters with the dark figure. Then Romy confessed that for years she had been seeing what they had described. This prompted Amy to wonder if Romy herself was sensitive to the spirit world.
She said to me, "I don't know how you live here." She explained that there was portals in the house, 2 of them to be exact, that were like a doorway to the other side.
Spirits that you're hearing are coming and entering through those portals.
That is something that you will find with people who are sensitive, that they may have some kind of vortex or a doorway for the dead. Basically what happens is they're attracted to the sensitive that resides in that location, and this doorway is formed so they can try to make contact with the sensitive that's living there.
Spirits that you're hearing coming and going, and the voices are actually...
Now, I felt like it was all turned around.
You get rid of all these spirits and ghosts in here, okay?
Rosalinda showed Romy how to perform a ritual cleansing of the house.
This, you're gonna burn it?
She burned sage and sprinkled holy water around windows and doorways.
Corners of your house.
So Romy could also take on a sense of being proactive in the situation and taking care of what was going on and gaining some control herself.
Amy hoped that these actions would help to purify the environment by getting rid of negative energy. But she didn't believe they would put an end to the Hoagland's troubles.
We don't say we have a definite conclusion. We can't do that until we've gone over all of the data. People think that when they have investigators come to the home, this person's going to solve all of my problems right here, right now, today. And unfortunately, that's not how this works.
A few weeks after the initial visit, Amy Allen returned to Romy's house to perform her own meditative cleansing. She set up in the master bedroom, where Romy had reported the most violent experiences.
I wanted to see, can I do anything spiritually about this situation? I'm a physical medium, which means that I make contact in a physical sense. When I made contact with this thing, it had no response, no reaction.
Amy began to wonder if the entity was something other than a ghost.
If you experience anything that causes you fear, I want you to repeat the blessings of the holy water and tell the spirit to leave. Okay, I'm serious. Even if you have to yell at it and say, I don't want you here anymore. Be serious, okay? That should help you out. You'll be fine.
All of a sudden, I felt really like I was going to be sick. I'd never felt so horrible. I said, that's it. I went back in there finally and I said, I am not going to let you intimidate me. I'm not going to let you scare me in my house anymore. I need you to go. I need you to leave.
Romy decided to ring Amy Allen for help.
Are papa voie să abdice? Vă lăsăm să vă gândiți până după publicitate. Răspunsul tot atât.